In today's video, I'm going to break down the genius strategy Serge Gatari used to build an 8.3 million sales funnel and show you how you can use the exact same approach. I'll also share the one tweak that Serge Gatari made to boost his funnel's performance by over 300%, and it's something that anyone can do. Serge isn't just another marketer throwing money at ads. He figured out how to scale his business to 8.3 million without relying on paid advertising, and I'm going to walk you through the 4-step process Serge used so you can follow it for your own success. And I spent the last 4 weeks studying Serge's work to find the best tips and the best strategies, and I'll be sharing exclusive insights so that way you can start using them today. Alright, so this is a breakdown of Serge Gatari's funnel, so the $8.3 million funnel. And basically I'm going to break down the 4 different pillars that he's been using in order for him to grow his business to over 500k to 600k per month. So the first pillar is outbound. So basically this is something that they've been leveraging in order to grow at first, which is basically to leverage sales agents and leverage automation tools in order to send low friction pitches. How do I know that? Because they sent me a message literally on every platform: Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, so literally everywhere. And then from there, what they do is they go ahead and send a VSL. But let me actually backtrack and go back to the low friction pitch. You see, most people, what they're doing is they send a pitch with their actual offer. They explain how they can help, and basically they say, would that be worth a conversation? Or they say something like, hey, would you be available next week for a call? And you might get a certain percentage of people who are like, yes, for sure, let's do it. But the majority of people will end up saying, not necessarily in this case. So the goal of the low friction pitch is really to have them drop their guards, so that way you can hook them with the VSL, So basically instead of just mentioning how he can help, he actually asked for the permission to send them a video that's going to educate them on his process, So it's no longer a cold outreach, it then becomes a warm outreach because he's leveraging a video sales letter. So basically he leveraged what I like to call a conversion booking page. So a conversion booking page is a page where you have the VSL on top. From there down below you have maybe a form, so that way they can enter some information about themselves, like so. And then from there there's the calendar, and then from there there's the thank you page. And by the way, I'll give you a breakdown of his funnels, but for now let's just focus on the 4 pillars. So that's pillar number 1. Pillar number 2, basically pillar number 2 is content, and I have to say this is his biggest pillar. I don't think that without this, they probably wouldn't be able to generate 500 to 600k every single month. They'll probably have to do everybody else, Cole Gordon, who's spending millions and millions on ads, in order for him to grow. The thing that you're going to notice about his content is that he doesn't necessarily create search-based content, like most people are doing. This is how we book meetings with IG. This is how we book meetings with LinkedIn, And he basically leverages content that's created in a way that it basically shifts the prospect's beliefs. You can actually check out his content, and try to really implement. Don't get caught into his offers and stuff. Really try to go beyond that and look at the strategy. Look at how he uses his videos in order to really change people's beliefs, And so from there he posts that multiple times a week, posting consistently, and then from there he goes ahead and includes CTAs. So obviously every YouTuber includes CTAs, but typically the CTA for him is again the conversion booking page. So basically it's designed to funnel people who watch the video and have them go through more content in this case before they essentially book a call. So now he doesn't necessarily stop here. The second CTA is actually joining his community. So basically he has a community, and people actually join the community. But what ends up happening is that if you want to join the community, you have to answer specific questions, So basically he's asking you questions, and not just because he wants to have more information on you, because he's going to have a DM setter, who's going to go ahead and disqualify and qualify people, and then from there trying to get them on a call, Because the easiest way to book someone on a call is to take people who are in your group who apply, and then from there try to get them on a call in this case. So that's basically a strategy that you can leverage as well, You know, you can create content, funnel people to your community, and then from there you reach out to them in order to book the most qualified prospects on the call. The third CTA is actually the opt-ins. So what I mean by opt-ins is that basically like he always finds a way for you to like give him his email. Whether it's like you book a call and then from there you enter your email, or he gives you access to like, I don't know, a webinar or a training, and you have to give your email as well, you know. And guess what? Once the person opts in, they had their phone number, they had their emails, they had their some information about them, their first name and last name as well. And from there, there's a phone setter that's actually calling the leads, you know. So with just like one video, he's turning one video into multiple assets, you know, kind of. So basically like one video is an appointment booked for a community, an appointment booked through maybe a text or maybe like a warm call, as I like to call it, or they basically like book a call themselves by watching the VSL in this case, you know. This process is genius, and if you're creating content right now, if you're thinking of creating content, that's the kind of funnel that you need to implement in your business. But the one thing that you need to like really do is you need to shift people's beliefs. That's the reason why like all this stuff works, is that he has a way to really like make you think that, not necessarily make you think, but basically like he has a way to really reshape how you think about stuff in this case. And you need to do the same thing if you want to crush it with your YouTube channel and your content in general. So yeah, the last thing is that he's basically like leveraging email marketing as well, because he collected your email already. So he can now afford to basically, you're in his database at this point. So basically he can send you emails so that way it stays, you know, top of mind in this case. And from there, there's multiple CTAs. The CTA is whether it's like, okay, join this webinar, you know, that's an example right there. Or it's like, hey, book a call directly, you know, right there. Or it's like, hey, join our $49, you know, community, which again, I'll break down like why it's super genius, you know, to do it that way. And we'll talk about that later. But basically like every steps of the way is designed to get you to consume content and from there book a call, you know. So like there's no way, if you're in like this little ecosystem, you know, like you're going to hear from him on YouTube, you're going to hear from him, maybe someone calling you, you know, then email marketing, you know, then maybe he's going to text you as well. I even received at some points, like a message on WhatsApp. Guys, a message on WhatsApp. I've never received any like types of messages on WhatsApp, and it was like the first outreach that I got on WhatsApp, you know. So yeah, so that stuff works, and that's why like it's so successful and it's working. So yeah, cool. So that's the second pillar, and for me, like that's the biggest pillar. Without this, none of the other pillars, you know, are working, because if you just leverage outbound is cool, but it doesn't get you like the kind of prospects that are going to beg. And that's what he's trying to do with this content. He's trying to have people beg for his services. So therefore he needs to make sure that they're educated. So that's why like content is really, really powerful. So yeah. All right. So pillar number 3 is basically hand raises. Hand raises is one of the most powerful thing that you can leverage, and you literally anybody can do it. You can do it too. You can create an hand raiser, and I'll explain in a sec what it is, but you can basically get traction and from there have people booking a call. So what an hand raiser is, let me show you an example. I spent the last 12 months and over $500,000 trying to figure out the 1K per month acquisition infrastructure that can add an extra 50K a month in 4 to 6 months. If you're an agency or selling high ticket service, I just made a 1-hour training going over this infrastructure, you know. And basically it's like, if you're interested, you know, comment this keyword in this case, you know. And basically, as you can see, you know, a bunch of people commenting, you know, banger, 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 you know. And basically it means that those people are looking for his stuff. And guess what? Once you go ahead and comment, what ends up happening, you have a DM setter that's reaching out to you with Facebook and IG as well. And guess what? You must be like, you're probably wondering like, okay, so how do I actually create something that valuable that they want it and they actually like raise their hand, because that's what it is. It's a hand raiser in this case. He literally takes his YouTube videos who are value packed, and then from there he turns them into hand raisers, into sales assets in this case. So each YouTube videos is a training. Right, so let me give you an example. Let's say that you're a dating coach. You help single men to essentially find like a girlfriend in 90 days. So let's say that you created like a value packed video on all the different strategies, you shift their beliefs, you show them like how to actually approach, women and stuff. And your video is valuable. At this point, you can then leverage this if you have an audience, elsewhere, so let's say LinkedIn or IG or whatever. You can turn those into a hand raiser and say, hey, I created like a training that actually shows you how to find a girlfriend in 90 days. It's basically something, that I've been leveraging, and now I'm married, and you can like use it too in this case. Comment this keyword, and from there, I'll send it to you. That's going to generate so many comments, that's going to be crazy. And think about it, like even if you get like 20 comments, that's like 20 leads, right? And you can essentially have the DM setter, as I said, that's going to reach out. And you can do those different things on multiple platforms. So you can do it on IG, so you can do it in your story, you can do it on your Twitter, you can do it in your Facebook community, and that's what he does, And guess what? There's always a DM setter out there that's texting and that's sending them messages in order to do what? Send them the conversion booking page. So basically that stuff with the VSL, so that way they can learn more about the process. Again, it's going to shift their belief, and they're going to talk to a closer, and literally the closer is just going to sit there and be like, okay, why do you want to work with us? Because they're educated. So essentially, like, the entire ecosystem is created in a way to educate and book the call. Educate, book a call. Educate, book a call. All right, so pillar number 4, Facebook ads. So you see most people who basically leverage, Facebook ads and who are at that level, they mostly just spend money on ads. That's it. They don't post content, they just like run a bunch of traffic. They'll spend like 100K, 200K on ads, and it will get them back, 600, a million. And yeah, and that's what they do in order to grow. But what's surprising is that he doesn't even like focus on this stuff, and he just leverages retargeting. So in this case, what he does, basically leverages people who are already aware that he exists. So they're problem aware. They know that they have a problem. They're Serge Gatari aware, so they know that he exists as well, and most likely they already want their help. They just need that extra push, and that's why he's leveraging retargeting campaigns. So most people are doing ads to target strangers and then from there convert them into a call. He converts people who already know him. They go through like a VSL typical process, conversion booking page, and then from there he gets them on the call. So again, everything is designed in a way that he doesn't have to hard sell people, because they're already educated and they believe in his stuff already. He can afford, to charge a lot more than most people, and it's not necessarily about like, because I know that he's running like a build and release, kind of offer. Yes, that's like a way, to charge more. But the main reason why he's able to charge that much is because people know him, like him, and trust him. So if you want to leverage, if you want to do something like this, you need to make sure that you have a process that's going to make people like you, trust you, and love you. So that way you can so that way you can help them and make more money. So yeah, from there, conversion booking page, same booking page, they book a call, they qualify themselves, they go on a call with the closer, and guess what? Same thing. They're begging for the solution because they're educated, and that's like the difference between him and like other people who are doing this stuff. So in your space, most likely like you already have a good product, you already have something that's good and you're good at what you do. So it means that you need to position yourself differently, in order for you to get different kind of results in this case, and get more people who wants what it is that you have to sell, and people are not complaining about the price, because trust, we're in the trust economy. So it means that the more trust people have in you, the more money they'll pay you as well. So yeah, so that's basically it. But yeah, just to give you an overview, But yeah, as you can see, so there's the content pillar, communities, hand raisers, He leverages webinars a lot, and then omnibound, as I like to call it, basically leveraging outbound plus a VSL, so that way they're a lot more convinced, you know. But most of the work is like doing, it's done there. It's with the content stuff. So that's basically it. I'm gonna give you like a quick breakdown of the conversion looking page. But yeah, basically that's it, you know. So that's what like his page used to look like, you know, before. So it's a VSL, opting for training. From there there's a VSL, from there there's a form, you know. And yeah, from there there's like a calendar link, so that way they can book a call. Boom, thank you page video, pretty standard. And by the way, like most people are not doing this stuff, you know. Like most people are leveraging Calendly still, and it's crazy to me, because like if you just send a Calendly page to the person, so that way they book a call, yes, they're gonna show up, you know, maybe they're gonna show up, but like you're not getting information on them, you know. In this case, like he educates you. Again, before you book, you go for the video. Then from there, there's a form to disqualify, so that way they only talk to the right people. Then from there, there's like other testimonials, so that way you're getting more convinced, you know. Then there's a thank you page, again, sharing like more results on what is it that they do and how it works, you know. So everything is crazy. Like you guys need to leverage stuff like this, you know, because everything is designed to make people trust him more. So yeah, and then from there, the new style is basically this. So it's like, okay, video. From there, boom, it's like basically like opt-in. The only difference between this one and this one is that if you click on this button, it would open like a button. It would open a pop-up, so that way you can enter your info. So before you even access, you know, the actual VSL, so the video sales letter, you know, you go ahead and like enter your info, you know. So it means that he can then like retarget you with email marketing campaigns, you know, and at some point he'll get you probably, you know. So yeah, from there, boom, same thing, form, thank you page video, and yeah. So that's like the only difference is that here they collect emails and phone numbers before the person goes through the video. All right, so that's basically like the entire funnel. And if you guys want more info on basically how to implement this stuff, you know, for example, like you may think, okay, I'll just go ahead and do content, you know. But the thing is, like, doing content is a long-term play, you know. It doesn't work right away, you know. So there's like stuff that you can do in order to make it work faster, but it doesn't work right away. So in the meantime, you do need to do some outbound, you know. So basically like, and I'm not talking about regular outbound, I'm talking about omnibound in this case. Leveraging, you know, a message, you know, that's a low friction pitch. From there, leveraging, you know, a VSL, so that way they book a call. They select, like, they fill out your form, and then from there they go ahead and book a call, you know. From there, helping you like figuring out, okay, so what type of content, you know, do you need to post, you know, and then from there, how do you create all these assets, you know, in order for you to be able to book calls, you know, so what type of like messages, you know, should you send once they join your group, you know, all that stuff, you know, that stuff that we can help you with, and we've used some of this stuff, you know, in order for us to like book crazy amount of calls, and yeah. And then from there, like how to leverage like email marketing in order to retarget leads, you know, who basically haven't bought yet, you know. So if you want to like get help with something like this, you're gonna find our calendar down below. You can go ahead and book a call, and yeah, we'll see if we can help. Peace.